Ginger, hey, first time here. Welcome, friend. Good to see you.
Welcome. Hey, Ginger, what's going on?
Where do we want to start? I mean, we really have just to chill and
well, maybe with I think we should start with a disclaimer, because if folks come in, like, I know if you're here, then you're interested in New World, and we appreciate that like incredibly, because so are we. But
yeah,
we don't know everything about New World. As a matter of fact, like I've said on the show, this dipshit hasn't even played the game yet. I just watch a whole bunch of freaking YouTube videos and watch these guys play it when they're streaming it on Discord. So our knowledge of, intricate knowledge of the systems and everything in New Worlds we're learning. So
we're learning.
So we're totally open to, like, we'll go through a couple of these videos, kind of talk about some stuff, and absolutely take the whole thing about this is to interact with chat and talk to you guys, answer questions and all that stuff. So yeah. So that was a disclaimer saying we don't know shit.
Well, I wouldn't say we don't know shit. I mean, I know some things. JB knows some things, but some people doesn't. But that's okay, because hey, open beta coming. Open beta.
It's true.
Right?
Open beta is coming. Now, I will say this though: I have had my hands on YouTube like a lot.
No,
just researching stuff. So I'm not I'm not completely in the dark about this stuff. I have been paying attention. Like, this has been my life for the last, I don't know, 3 weeks, a month at this point.
Yeah.
So, but I'll lean on these guys because they got hands on and they know more than I do. So sit here and ask questions.
So there really is no method to the madness today. Like everything Kash just said and Champ said. I legit always want to say your real names every time. Like the whole kayfabe that we have around that is totally broken at this point. 2 episodes in.
Yeah. You mean our operational security is blown? Yeah.
Yeah, no. It is completely blown.
Well, I mean, it's a family-friendly show, right? So everybody that watches is part of the family, right? So
yes.
And you don't want to come to my house and start no games. I got too many guns and bullets, baby. You know how it is.
So I just brought up the announcement trailer. And not that we have to talk about this, but just so you know, it's playing in the background for them. Well,
I got an emote.
You got an emote?
Yeah, look at this.
Oh yeah, you're on there.
Look at that.
You're too legit to quit now, boy.
It is eternal.
You do. Look at that. I like how you paused it on blood and violence, by the way. That was like, welcome to our stream. It's nothing but blood and violence. Everyone's going to die.
We're sacrificing cats and dogs all day.
Oh man, that's so funny. Today we're making Chinese food. It's gonna be General So's out of cats.
Are you streaming this in Discord, bro?
Yeah. No.
Okay. No, don't worry about it. I don't want to
just bring up the stream.
Bandwidth. I'm just watching the stream, so we might be a little late on talking about some of this stuff. So if we see something that we like, so hold. Can you hold here?
Yeah, right there.
Because I'm an lore nerd.
Okay, talk to me.
I am going to talk to you. What, gentlemen and folks in chat? So let's pay some attention to this, because if we're actually going to be lore seekers, I know. Look at my hands. We're actually going to be lore seekers, and we better effing talk about some lore. So
everyone, stop. Collaborate. Okay.
Right. So I love
the brand new redemption.
I love where you stop.
We got a resub. Tier 1 for 5 months. Says hello. All missed the last few episodes because of life. That is from EJ the Pacific Paladin.
I was getting there.
I was leaning into it. You didn't give me a moment. All right.
Didn't even let the man finish sounding it out.
Right? Isn't that rude? Gosh, I'm glad you're here.
I don't let that happen. Immediate pounce. Okay. I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to pose a question here because for folks who are in chat that don't understand what the premise is of this, New World takes place on an island supposedly in the middle of the Atlantic called Aeternum. This island has supposedly been hidden for generations and generations, and there have been visitors there past. Now, part of the speculation of why you as a player gets on a ship seemingly from the left coast of Europe, you know, you kind of pick because the video kind of shows all kinds of areas where you might be coming from. You might be coming from Portugal, Italy, Spain, like any of those places there, which really makes your character's backstories pretty freaking cool.
Easy to RP.
Very easy to RP. So you're traveling from those areas to Aeternum for a reason, for a discovery. And that's kind of part of the mystery of where we end up. And hey, Bar Down Beef is in chat. Welcome, my friend. Bar Down Beef says, isn't that Isabella's amulet? Or is that the soldiers from Isabella's ship? I love this. We're already talking lore. So what I wanted to bring out with this particular screenshot is, gentlemen, where do these folks look like they're from?
Rome.
Real quick, if I might butt in, Cheryl.
Yeah.
IS99. Thank you for the news for the updated sub.
Thank you,
19 months
Cheryl.
and running. 19 months and running.
I know.
What?
Nice to see you, Cheryl. Cheryl's been a friend of the show for a long time. We
Cheryl,
thank you.
you're a gem.
Much love to you.
Thank you so much.
Artist said this is the perfect game for you, Cash. It's
Dude.
classless.
It's
Wait.
he already doesn't have any class. Now he can live it out in game.
Was that a personal shot?
I'm gonna say that's a shot across the starboard bow.
No, you're absolutely right. I thought you were going to talk about the lore of death, but okay, you're right. It is the classless game. We can talk about my lack of committing to a character here in a minute, but so like my whole point is, and yeah, Jibbs, you're absolutely right, and Pip hit it in chat. This is a Roman soldier. And this just goes to show this is one of the many different regions of the world and time frames of the world that we'll see videos on that will kind of inject the fact that people have been coming to Aeternum for centuries, but something happens when they get there. So what are the ones that we've seen so far? We've seen the Romans. We've seen, and chat, like totally dive in here. We're seeing, we've seen the Templars.
Yep.
Pirates. Jibbs. The last video.
Arr.
My God, bro. The video on the Lost.
Yeah.
I know you've seen it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
That one was like, oh, Jibbs is absolutely going to give birth to a kitten when he sees this.
I know. It looked amazing.
Pip in chat says Vikings, absolutely. Spanish Inquisition, yeah, of course. I mean, I'm staring at my screen right now, and it's the gentleman with the Mauryan helmet, the conquistador style helmet. So all of these different time periods and time frames and different people from different regions have all been to Aeternum, which makes this incredibly interesting. The whole plot.
Let me ask you a question
sure.
before we even get into the types of people that have been here. Let's think about the very beginning of the video. You see a deer in nature. It's alive. It's vibrant. It's attacked by an animal who's what seems to be of some sort of corruption, right? And it appears to be before corruption took over the island for me, because if you look at the transition point where it shows the statue as it's standing firm and solid, you've got the deer, you've got the bear. It almost like there is no corruption at this point, right? It's almost like this is when when this island was at its purest form. Yeah. Maybe before the travelers started coming searching for the power, which caused the corruption. Yeah. Which, as you can see in this video, go ahead and push play for me.
Yeah.
At this point, the deer just resurrected himself, and now he's going to run off, and then you're going to see the statue fall over, and then eventually it comes up with corruption on it. It has the medallions of corruption, and you could see the corruption, see how it there's more and more of it.
Yeah.
So what I think we got a glimpse in is at the very beginning, that was the scene of when it was this purest.
Yeah.
Of when it was just animals on the island, and then this is after people have come to the island, and now the people's presence and what they're doing may have caused the corruption to be more widespread.
You know, here's my
theory.
I like that theory. My theory on that, kind of going off of that theory with corruption, is because everything, like you just said, like everything was pure. You know, early on in the video, you know, and I love that image too. It's perfect. Like 20 seconds in, it's freaking beautiful. Yeah. And then to see where it ends up, you know, like it makes me wonder if when people came to the island, remember how the explorers came over from like England, and they talk about like how Native Americans died so much from disease because they were exposed to diseases that never, that they'd never encountered before. Well, now that's how I feel about this corruption. My loose theory is that the corruption showed up once. It's like corruption taking form from the desires of men, the selfish desires of men. If it was to be made manifest into something that's a physical form, that's what the corruption is. But anyway,
agreed. And at the base of it all is Azoth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So you have this material that it may or may not be part of the reason why all of our characters and all these people, all of the predecessors that have been to the island, including the ancients,
right,
went there for in the first place. And that is this Azoth. And funny part about Azoth is that if you actually look Azoth up, it was an actual thing in folklore.
Really?
Which is why I freaking love this. It was known to be used as like a catalyst in alchemical reactions. So it's an actual thing. And I love that about the lore in New World because they have taken things that were real in our world, 17th century and before, and they've made them fantastical. It's freaking awesome. And like, I know Zytheria, who's in chat. She's a really good friend of ours. And we have been diving into this stuff to find those parallels. And she's an actual historian. So like, I'm a stupid lore nerd. She's an actual historian who knows so much more about like our own history than I'll ever know. But like, she is the one, and I'm not going to give the spoilers away, but Zytheria is the one that found what the writing on the cheek of that conquistador mask actually was.
Yeah.
And that's revealed in our lore lesson, which we'll release tomorrow on our podcast. But those are the kind of cryptic little details that are just freaking tickling all my little lore tinglers. I am in love with it so far. And like, that's my biggest hope, is that this kind of depth to lore and depth to the story and the history of those who came before us on Aeternum continues, because it's incredible.
Yeah, and if you look at the location, right? We talked about it before. You look at the location, it's where possibly the one of the possible sightings or locations for, help me out here.
Atlantis.
Mhm.
Okay, and there are some speculation that Atlantis is the ground place for the Garden of Eden. If you want to get into the biblical term of it, it's supposed to be so if we look at this stuff, we look at the last video. Remember the tree in the video? Tree of life, maybe?
Yes.
Maybe, right? Maybe somebody maybe one of these people, the initial people that came to the island took one of those apples off that tree, right? Or took something from that tree. And now that tree has become evil because it's trying to get that piece back. Maybe this all started off of one piece, right? And it was taken, and now the corruption is taken on the island to try to take it back, right? To try to right the wrongs that was done by someone. There's so much that you could speculate on what it is, where it's at, and I cannot wait to watch what happens and how the story unfolds.
Right.
So there is a site real quick. Lee Airborne, thank you so much for the follow, friend. Thanks for hanging out. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hey, speaking of Airborne,
I just brought up an image that this is where people think a city of Atlantis is at. Look where that's at. Look where all that's at right now.
Now I will also say in my research that is one of several locations where people think Atlantis is from. And so when you think about Atlantis, and actually what happened was the gods of Atlantis, when it was above ground, this is how I understood the story, attacked, I believe it was Crete. And it made the ancient Greek gods so angry that they came down on it pretty hard, and they basically sunk the entirety of their civilization.
Yep.
And of course, it's folklore, and but who knows if it's real? You never know. But all I'm saying is that of all the places that we kind of looked at, it could be the city. It could be over, like the island of Aeternum could be over the sunken city of Atlantis, which it would make sense from a lore perspective, because Atlantis was said to be an incredibly powerful place.
Right.
So if you have all that power manifesting up from underwater, which I don't know, underwater content. I'm just saying it's wall of crazy crap, but I'm just saying.
There's got
Hold on, you got to be able to swim first.
You got to be able to swim.
We don't want to do. We don't want to do any lead-filled shoes walks through the through the oceans.
With the sparkly water behind you, which I hope they really took that out, man. I'm just gonna say that. I felt like I was being chased by sparkly sprites coming out of the water. When you ran
That
through
was
the
a
water,
thing?
it was just like, yeah.
I didn't even
You
notice.
Didn't notice that?
No, not once.
No, I can't even do this with you anymore.
So Bar Down Beef Chat and says, think about this. There's tales of kings going to Aeternum to search for eternal life. The greed of kings, anger, etc., turns everything corrupted.
I like that.
Or I heard somebody say, maybe it was I don't know, was it Rick James that said that cocaine enhances whatever the type of person you are? So if you're a nice person, you're gonna be happy. But if you're an asshole, you're gonna be a really big asshole. Maybe it's like maybe it's like cocaine. I don't know.
Hey, and I checked. That is cocaine.
Cocaine.
Name the movie. Got to name the movie. Jibbs, you'll never get it.
I don't know
thanks.
that movie.
Office
The
Space.
new Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, no, I haven't seen the new one.
Exactly. I know you by now.
Yeah, I'm gonna push play on this and keep watching this a little bit more.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to. Actually,
Rant?
I completely meant to.
45
Rant,
minutes?
but
Real quick, Lee Airborne, thank you, brother. I've had the sync. I got the sync done. It's over a course of a few years. I was in the 82nd Airborne Division for about 8 years, and I appreciate your service as well, boss man.
we appreciate both your guys' service and anybody who served or is serving. Love
Absolutely.
you guys.
Buddy checks all around.
Buddy!
All right.
Oh, right there with the pistol. Let's bring that back.
Oh, that is the coolest freaking shot right there, too. Blammo.
Yeah.
Guess what? Guess what? We don't want to talk.
Look at that.
We don't want to talk leaks, but guess what might be coming to New World soon?
Oh, I tell you what, the moment that this gets introduced, I'm going musket and this all day long. Full pirate adventure. It begins right there. Can't freaking wait.
3-barrel blunderbuss. I'll take it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, our death is dropping Starsky and Hutch.
Commentary.
Bacardi and Cola. Do it.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Bear Down
Yes.
Beef's going to be behind a hut in one of the towns with a saw.
You know, that may be the one thing that takes me away from doing a musket is when they introduce these to go like, you know, a little bit more and really embrace the pirate is to go rapier and then that.
Oh, yeah. Like 1,000%. You could dress like a pirate, dude. You could absolutely be a pirate in this game.
Here's the thing, though. It's going to change your perspective, though, because you're going to be now short range. Short to mid.
True.
You won't be able to do the short to long.
That's
right?
true.
Yeah. But if you were a pure melee build, then having a blunderbuss, you know, right in front of your face would not be a bad thing. And I can't help, like, I know we typically don't like to cover data mine stuff.
Well, I mean, everyone knows. It's like, I mean, like,
Not everybody knows.
everyone knows.
And this stuff is so freaking cool, dude. So
yeah.
I watch that video like probably, or all the different videos that are out there on YouTube, probably 10 times of the stuff that could potentially be coming.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible stuff.
Absolutely. I'm gonna push. Look at that thing.
Yeah, and I love the video. This video for me tells a story of over thousands of years.
Oh, absolutely.
Or hundreds of years at least, right? Because you see the Romans
Look at that
walking up, and they didn't, you know, look at that. And
Oh.
look, it's the Roman
Treebeard?
that
Is he corrupt?
Stop right here. That's the Roman that touched it.
Yep. Same guy.
Did you catch that?
Let's go back.
Yeah, and they have a friend now.
Yes.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
one of the
I
things
see.
that we
Yeah.
learned in one of the newest videos was that, remember the Guardians, the things that were chosen to guard specific places of meaning.
Yeah.
So if you look at this, he touched that, and now he's that guy. So he was fully corrupted. So he
Yeah.
became a guardian. What's he guardian? What's so special about this part?
Yeah.
What did they take off of that head? What is that meaning?
Right.
Is that the medallion that gives, you know, the power to the big boss, so to speak, right now?
Well, clearly the ancients understood it. That's one thing. You know, anytime you see ancients, you see structures like that that's tied to anytime they're described by the developers, it seems like. So,
And Cold of Him said, I don't think Aeternum is supposed to be Atlantis, but more of an origin, biblical, mystical island. And we're not saying it is either. We're just throwing out the ideas. We're stimulating thoughts because maybe we'll catch things that leads it towards. I agree with you. I think more biblical towards like Garden of Eden, Tree of Life kind of thing. Maybe the what's the chalice that gives the eternal life?
Oh man, Chad will get it
The
before we
Holy
do.
Grail.
That'll help
Holy
us.
Grail.
The Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Maybe the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. Maybe it's going that route because it's tied so much into our history with that fantasy kind of horror element to it. What if they do go that way and makes it even more important? The Holy Grail. Thank you, Cheryl. But you know what I'm saying? What if it maybe that's the case and now you're actually telling the story of us?
I could
right?
see that. And
Most good movies, right, have a
Yeah.
similarity to reality, right?
yeah, and the
Yeah.
great thing about A New World is that they have the ability to pick whatever they want and put it in a blender and build the story off of it. If it's, if it's loosely based off of Atlantis and then biblical proportions, and then you bring in, fables and legends, and then it's just all these things. It's at the end of the day, it still goes back to that feeling of it's so relatable. It's so incredibly relatable.
Yes.
There's no stretch there at all for you to say like, oh wow, Roman soldiers. You instantly relate. You have some form of understanding of what a Roman soldier was. So it's cool. That's first MMO I've seen to do that.
Yeah, and I think too, in relation to the Atlantis comment, we weren't thinking that the island is Atlantis, like come out of the water. We're just saying that Atlantis, if it is sunken under the island of Aeternum or down there somewhere, that a theory is that that's what's providing the power to Aeternum.
That's cool.
Just a thought, but I do agree on the and I know we talked about this a lot. We've called it a marriage several times, so I'm probably now going to call it a betrothal. There is a betrothal of our history and then the fantastical things that they're building into this game, and I think that's what makes it absolutely insane for lore, because it opens us up to things that are, like Jibbs was saying, absolutely relatable. I see a hand up.
Champ, go
Can
ahead.
you give me a
front row.
definition for betrothal? Because we don't use that word in North Carolina, so I'm not real sure what that means.
Did you have your hand up since betrothal?
Yeah, the whole time, just waiting my
See,
turn. Hey,
that's
man,
what happens
I
when you
went to
rant.
school in North Carolina. I know
Well-
how to just be patient.
Well, because I am simple, I'm looking it up, so I don't have this up.
Bar Down Beef said, I can't wait for the Egypt stories. Egypt stories,
Yes.
aka the desert map, but we don't talk about data mine stuff. But I'll tell you this: what's great about that is
Yeah, that looks
they
good.
can do a line towards every explorational generation there was, right? You have unlimited sources of things that you can pull from that already have a very well developed thing, i.e., the Spartans or the Romans or the conquistadors. There's so many different ways they could go with this. There's so much
yeah.
story that they can pull from that's going to trigger to us because it's stuff we learned about as kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they can make a story out of things we learned about as kids, one thing, it's so much more, personal because it's based off of what we know and some of
Right.
the things that we understand.
Right.
Go ahead.
Cash front row. Go ahead.
Cash.
Betrothal. Betrothal.
Oh.
Betrothal. It means a formal engagement to be married or engagement. I kind of knew that, but I kind of use a dictionary online to put it into words for me. But anyway, that's
Oh, that's awesome. Bar Down
All right.
Beef with the sub. Thanks so much, friend. Thanks for hanging out.
Oh, thanks,
Appreciate
buddy.
you.
you're awesome, man. Ooh, Cheryl has some
Right.
lore for us.
Right.
Ponce de Leon. Sorry, Champ, if you were gonna go.
No,
Go.
I was gonna mess it up and bring it around to Jack Sparrow and
Oh yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean because that's my favorite Holy Grail thing, right? But she's got a very good one. Ponce de Leon was looking for the Fountain of Youth in the New World, so why not throw that in there too? Exactly. And if it's close to Florida, I mean, if you look at the map, it's off the course of Florida. Maybe maybe there was something missed in translation, and it wasn't actually in Florida; it was in Aeternum.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
sure.
and I mean, talking about right off the coast of Florida too, and I know this was also one thing that we speculated about, but it was a little too far off. Was the
Devil's Triangle.
Bermuda Triangle for sure?
I'm gonna pull it up. I want to
So-
see exactly where that's located at.
It's way too to the east of the location of where it seems like. But
Yeah.
let's think about this. We're talking about ships in the water.
Right.
There's not like there was GPSs or stuff, so there's probably a chance that maybe that is where the Bermuda Triangle. Again, there is no amount of knowledge given to us to where we can build it. So this is spec, and the speculation is amazing because
Oh, I
all
see.
of the
Yeah.
stories you can come from are speculations off of stuff we've talked about. How many times you talked about the Bermuda Triangle? How many times you talked about the Holy Grail? I mean, all these things, right? So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's not that far off if you look at that image.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No,
Look
it's
at
not too
that.
far off. And I don't think
Thanks,
it's off
Jib.
the table either, because again, they can. I mean, and I think this, in long term, provides an infinite amount of, well, not infinite, but a very lengthy amount of content, DLC content. You could bring in, yes, Bermuda Triangle's off center like that, but somehow, some fashion, because it has this like fantasy, mystical / real life comparisons happening, they could totally bring something like that in.
That's
anytime.
what there's some really good commentary in chat yet. Zytheria says Sargasso Sea. And then Airborne says, wonder if there will be a way to escape Aeternum in the future of the game. And that actually, it triggers something that I saw in chat earlier, but it is also a theory on the fact that Aeternum doesn't stay there all the time. Maybe Aeternum moves.
Oh, that'd be
Right?
cool. That'd be
Yeah.
really cool. There's
It
like
would be
nothing off the table, man.
no, and that is why. Like, there's been a lot of questions about like, well, is there going to be enough lore here for a podcast production called the Loreseekers? And this is like, we don't know. A lot of this is speculation, but what we have seen is all of these hidden gems that are in there that show what it could be. So like, that's where our heads are at right now. There's so much speculation like this, and this really is a super fun time. This pre-launch to a brand new MMO, because we can speculate about all these things and hope that somehow they get written in. And to hear that Amazon Game Studios will not release anything without some type of an Easter egg in it. And so far from what we've seen, there's quite a few Easter eggs in there that lead us to believe that there is a much deeper story here. So we fully believe that upon the game's release and as the game evolves into, an MMO of 2-3 years, they have an absolute open slate to create some pretty amazing stories in the game that are all very relatable to, like Jibbs was saying, things that we already know, things that we were taught when we were young, or maybe if you've continued to study those things into adulthood that you're very familiar with.
Yeah.
A big part of it too is you think about the Vikings, right? We've seen it. That's tremendous because again, it's that breaks of periods of time where people were exploring. I
Right.
love how that ties into our real history of our world, of Earth, right? Because you
Right.
take World of Warcraft is based off a fictional place.
Yeah.
You take Elder Scrolls Online, fictional place. You take
Right.
every MMO you've ever played, it's always based on a fictional entity. Well, not every, right? There's some out there, I'm sure. Maybe some first-person shooter type style RPG MMOs, but for the most part, an MMO of this size being based and wrapped around our history to the level it is, I've never seen that before. And I've been playing video games since I was 6 on an Atari 2600, right?
Right.
So,
Right. Good times. Times 2600. Those are money.
Something in chat actually made me very, very interested. Zytheria says, "Oh, hi Brazil. I didn't think to research that one." So there's something, and this is for all of you propeller heads out there. I found something on the map, and I had that map that's in the tutorial trailer, like the one that plays when you're making your character, right?
Right.
Right at the start of the game.
Oh, let's bring that up.
Yes, actually, that would be fantastic.
We'll come back to that trailer in a minute.
I'm pointing specifically at Zytheria on this one because I want you to take a look at something that really caught my interest. And it was actually myself and my wife Molly were staring at, and my wife's not a gamer at all, but she started to kind of get into this stuff. She goes, "Oh, that's kind of cool." So we started to look at the map, and we're trying to decipher some of the things. And one of the things we found, as Jibbs brings us up here, yes. Okay, so that map.
Yep. Ready?
Yes.
We'll kick this thing off here.
Well,
Maybe.
just pull the map up and hit the pause button.
Oh, the map, like the
Yes.
Okay.
The
Boom.
map. The map.
There it is.
The map. Yeah. So if you look up to the top of that, and of course my Twitch is buffering, or is that yours? Yeah, that's the one. Okay. If you look up to the top of that, Jibbs, take your pointer to the top of those circles in the middle of the map. Oh,
Okay.
you know the spot I'm talking about
Yeah.
because I had you enhance it for me.
I can bring that up. Do you want me to bring that up, or is that going to spoil a little?
Well, show them where it's at on this map first.
Okay, so up here, this little
Right
blip.
there.
Yep.
There is some kind of a drawing there that looks like a structure of some type.
Let me pull that up.
Yes, and I'm actually going to go in to look this up too.
I don't know where I saved that for you. What?
So I want to show you guys this because it is very, very interesting.
Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so you look up and you zoom in. You guys can see this on stream, I think, right? Yeah, okay. So this part right here, look at the, get real close. This right here, this top part.
Yes. There is a little structure built up there or some type of a symbol. That symbol, that actually, dude, that's such, you enhance that so much. That was put there deliberately. You can see the splotch. It looks like the graphic artists put that in there deliberately for you to be able to see it. That to me looks like a little Adobe looking SpongeBob.
Oh!
Well, he lives in a pineapple under the sea. Oh my God, dude.
Oh, that's
I'm
funny.
gonna see myself out, he says. Okay, so Cytheria is saying hi Brazil. Now is that I don't mean to sound ignorant, but is that kind of Aztec-y? Because I know it's that part of South American area of the world, but that really looked very familiar to me. There's an Aztec symbol for the letter C or Kali, which means a house.
Yeah.
And I'm really interested to see what in the hell that thing is. Because it's very interesting.
Where did you, like, and you may have said this already previously in our discussions, but how did you find, like, how did that one image pop out to you?
I
This entire
screenshotted.
thing.
Well, I went through, I mean, there were several things in there that we were looking at and seeing, like trying to decipher different symbols and such. But that one popped up because I took a screenshot of the high-res screenshot of the video, and I literally put it into Photoshop and just blew it up. And was trying to figure out what the hell it was, but could be a Nordic rune. That's a good point too. Oh, so High Brazil is Celtic. Okay, so I see I am kind of dumb, but that's okay.
I'm gonna play this whole cinematic. We're gonna start from the front here. I think it's is that the intro? Yeah.
Definitely do that.
And Cold of Sim said, I don't think the ancients were heavily influenced by Aztecs and Mayans. The beautiful thing about it is even if they weren't in our history, they can be in the game.
Right.
And with the Conquistador thing and the Aztec thing, maybe they're trying to bring it apart. The beautiful thing about it is it's such an infancy phase in this game that speculation's all we have.
Right.
We have to get in the game and find the things to prove these points and to prove these speculations. And that's what we're going to do. Hence, the Loreseeker thing.
Imagine sitting in a tavern and this guy walks in with his all completely armored up. Completely out of place. Look at that guy.
Yeah, I peed a little.
Oh, don't walk towards me. Don't walk towards me.
Hey, Willie, take my coin purse. I think that's the guy coming to get his payment. Oh, shit.
Is that the Emperor?
Right.
Oh, I love that guy's voice act. That's a voice actor's John Daly. He's a epic voice guy on YouTube. He was in ESO as well. Good dude. I love this part right here. Yeah, right at the start here.
The exploration style, right? Like as they come in from different places, and you can see they come from Europe. You know, they come from below Brazil and all that. I mean, it's just crazy stuff, man.
Right.
Look at this, and this is where the Bermuda Triangle thing came in my head, right? Because if I was gonna move into that place, that's what I would think I would see. Some big cloud of woe.
Yeah. I think you see his face. He's like, this is where I made a mistake.
Mistakes were made, right? Mistakes were made.
Notice that emblem that pops as soon as he goes to reach out to that Right there. Oh, hang on. Let me bring it back.
Ooh,
There it
did
is,
you
right there.
notice the line from Ireland? Yes, I did notice at that time. Yeah, that's the symbol in the middle of the map.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay.
But the crazy thing is who unlocked it? Who unlocked it though? Did the hooded character unlock it, or did he unlock it because it was attuned to him? Right.
It looked like it
That's the part I
responded
don't
to
know.
him. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I love that. Man, they crushed it on the visuals. Not only in not only on trailers, but in game as well. Oh yeah, this is the part. Look, it's the Black Pearl.
It's the Black Pearl.
Cold of Sim had a great point. Somebody would have had to come back, because let's think about this too, to go off of his point or their point. If you look at the lines coming in, the first 3 lines were blacked out of no significance, right? Just showing you where they came from. The line where he's going came as a blue line, more symbolic, right? He had something that he was taking back to its Aeternum.
Right.
Maybe that's why we're able to get to the island, because of what he had in that box. It was like our key or pass to be able to get actually onto the island and not be corrupted, because everything else got corrupted. But for some reason we didn't. Why?
And if you look at it,
it's a good question.
Sorry.
If you look at it too, Father Russo, who's the gentleman that slid the box across the table in the tavern, he's corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice that? Because he's clinging onto that box, you know, hanging on to life in the middle of the sea, and you can see his eyes are red. So he obviously had, oh geez, there's a lizard.
This is my little conquistador, non-combat pay.
Non-combat pet.
Non-combat pet.
He's down here. He's taking a walk through the house. Mama Bear brought him to me. I just want to show him out here.
Yeah, so that box came from somewhere, or maybe perhaps that box has Azoth in it, because it kind of has that glow. But there's something in that box that was taken from Aeternum to show other people. Now, why they would show that in a bar where there's a whole bunch of other people around, like, don't open the box. Don't open the box.
All good work happens in a bar. What are you talking about?
See,
it does, but I'm talking about operational security. Damn it! Like, got to keep these things to ourselves, or maybe show that box in a private place.
I don't think they were concerned there. I don't think they were concerned about their social security number and their IP address at this point. I don't know. Maybe me. I don't know.
So I'm taking the more like devil's advocate, I guess, or basic approach. I think this was only highlighted to show, for effect for the video, to show the audience member, like, this is you. This is where you're at right now. And then as to why we're not corrupted, that's a good question. I foresee us playing in a DLC where people are randomly becoming corrupted, and you have to figure out a way to uncorrupt them, including yourself.
Cheryl made a good point. So you're in a tavern, and over there is a barbarian, and over there is some mystical dude with a glowing box. D&D session begins.
Roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative.
There it is. Oh, dude, that's funny.
Could the corruption?
Sorry.
Could the corruption have occurred because what's in the box had been taken? Yeah, that's a good point too. Like, something was taken away from the island, and now you're cursed. It's kind of like taking a fancy seashell from some foreign land when you go there to on vacation. You can't take it home. Now you're cursed.
And right there, you notice how it opened up, almost like it unlocked it. Maybe that is the key that needed to be brought back. Maybe that earlier when we were talking about, I made the speculation on what if somebody came and took something, and that's why the island's corrupted, because it was taken. And maybe it's our job to bring it back and restore it so the corruption goes away, so it can be back to its initial. There's so much to this, dude.
Oh yeah.
Our dad says in chat right now, he's looking at the heart of Davy Jones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring back the other because this one's wrapping up right here, I think. See how's it gonna end this video? I love that this one's in 4K. He's gonna show him creating his character. Is it gonna stop?
Creation right there.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna create some god-awful looking character.
Well, let it roll up into this, and remember the things we noticed in the background during the creative character.
Yes.
like the melted spot
Right.
with the
Yeah, the
symbol in
stamp.
it and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean all those things in the background. So when you're making your character, look around your character. There may be lore that is very important when you're doing that.
Assume that
And
everything's
It's
hidden.
crazy. Yes, everything.
We're seeing that
Yes.
already.
Cottage all dirt.
This is
This is a very talented lore team, friends. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
I think that's something that we might take for granted, but this is Amazon.
absolutely
Amazon is not used to losing.
no, no. They set precedents. You know, like
They don't like
wherever
they don't
they
like
go.
that.
Isn't that crazy to
So-
think that Amazon is doing this? Amazon making
Yeah.
an MMO, literally
it's-
the richest company. Well, I don't know the numbers, but you know, like, dude, money is no issue. Money's no
They're
issue
up
to
there.
fund this game.
Well, they fly to space, so there's that.
It's true. They do this. They do this.
Hi Joe said corruption is an action. The whole power corrupts things. Magical power corrupts magically. I kind of agree with you. I think that it was pure, and that's why at the beginning of the video we saw the deer was pure, and it was just a nature and balance of life, right? And it came back to life as its natural form, which is what we think that this island has. So in turn, now you have the I can't even start. Jeff Bezos giving all the green lights.
Bezos. Have you seen that video of the Aeternum logo?
No.
Okay, we're watching this. Hang on,
Can
I'll
I
find
say
this while you say your 45-minute point.
Before you pull that up, go ahead, Champ, and you finish. But some funny stuff happened in chat.
That just completely your facial expressions just derailed that. So we're past it now. It's over. It's over.
Sorry. Okay,
Your humor broke it.
So Frank Patton had mentioned to Cheryl's point of don't take stuff from the beaches in Hawaii. Frank Patton says learned lesson from the Brady Bunch. You guys remember that episode of the Brady Bunch where they took, I forget where they were, but they took something and it like caused the whole family to be cursed?
Never watched the Brady Bunch.
My God, I'm so effing old. Damn
I
it.
can't find the video. It sucks. Someone took the New World logo.
What in the shit is this? Aeternum cast, we're not really sure. You maybe can help us out.
What's up, dude?
Oh, man.
Friends, our friend Solus is in chat, Aeternum Cast, and he has his own podcast himself. It's called To Aeternum, where he tells an originally written RP story
Oh, yeah.
with a whole bunch of flavor and he talks community
Just happens to
in
be our company commander too.
New World, and he's our company
He's
commander.
our
So that's
governor.
another thing. If you didn't know,
Oh, yeah,
we
you can-
announced on our live show the other night, which releases tomorrow. Our podcast for this week releases tomorrow. But the Loreseekers officially have a company, and it is open. If you go to our website at loreseekerscast.com, which looks like Jibbs is probably pulling up.
Yep.
Is that what you're pulling up, Boo?
Yep. Let's go to the top. Company. Drop down. Boop. Click that thing right there to apply.
There you go. And there you go. So anyway, it's open. We'll see what happens. We are going to have a little bit of an RP flavor in there, and I think it's going to be something pretty darn special for folks who are interested. We are receiving, the applications. We are definitely receiving applications
Whoa!
already, and looks like those will be okayed, and access to Discord and stuff will all happen this week. So.
Natural Ones D&D with, what is that, five gifted subs?
Oh, you're awesome, Solus. Thank you very
Solus,
much, man.
You're a good dude. I want to keep
That's
finishing.
fantastic.
I want to finish this video here. There's a particular right there. I love that part because that's where you see the guy from the beginning of this official trailer.
Okay, I'm tracking.
Way back in at the beginning when he shoots the pistol. Same dude. Now he's corrupted.
Oh yes, yeah,
And
and it just like Champ was saying, it's a succession.
Yeah, I love
Like it
this
goes from
whole
one
scene.
to the next. Yep. Look at that though.
Right?
Oh, it's
I
just
wanna go back to that.
amazing.
That's so like. I love that battlefield view, man. Like you're just right in it. You're marching with the troops. Oh, that's so
Yes.
cool.
Yep. I
Frank!
love
That
it.
Lord of the Rings feeling to it, right?
Oh,
Like that
absolutely.
big armada. You got that big
Right.
white demonic thing that I really
she
hope I
is.
don't run into in the first 5 minutes. Is all I'm saying. Because good lord.
Right. Okay. Frank, thank you for the follow, friend. I love
Thank
that.
you.
Thank you for all the gifted subs. Thank you very
Gosh, the
much.
detail on this
D&D,
video.
thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.
That's the PvP. Oh, our death. You know, one thing I missed, and really there's no excuse because I'm a PvPer at heart. I should have been in the PvP in New World. I haven't done it yet. Haven't done it yet. So I look forward to checking that out. Gosh.
Yes.
So you'll notice in Super Hottie on the screen, Isabella here. She's got, I just called her Super Hottie. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're
Making this
13. It's
bigger.
okay.
I am 12, actually.
Oh, you're 12. You're
but
stepping foot into manhood. Got it.
if you missed it, she has that same emblem that was taken off of that ancient wall. She's wearing that as a necklace.
Isn't
So
that cool?
is this the key to something that's around her neck, or is it just a phylactery that holds an amount of corruption? Like, what is the significance of that thing?
Ardith, I will
Is
boot
that
you out of this
Sylvanas?
chat if you bring up what. Oh, you sir.
Is that Sylvanas?
Too soon. Too soon.
It's way too soon to talk about all of the ways that the game, we were trying to figure out what game for years was going to unseat World of Warcraft, and it turns out Blizzard unseated World of Warcraft.
Turns out World of
Congratulations.
Warcraft did it for us, yeah.
You know, the crazy thing is about the Isabella thing too is when you listen to her backstory and the fact that she was the daughter of, you know, she had a father and brothers that came to the island, and her whole purpose was to come to the island to try to free them.
Yes.
I think it was Cold of Sim that said earlier they're led there to be the sacrifices. I agree. I think the impure, the people who are not pure of heart or don't have good intentions, are evil, so to speak, or have that. I believe they're corrupted and you know what I'm saying? And they're taken over as the guardians, which even in that new video states that the corrupted ones are left there to be the guardians of an area of importance.
Yeah.
Right. She just happened to be the baddest bitch on the planet because she is destroying everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's just showing it what's up. Right. But she went there, she got corrupted, and now you got to deal with her.
Jibbs, can you pull that up? This is the entire origin story. I put it in Discord for you, but
oh, I can't pull it up through there, bud. I need you to hang on.
if you just YouTube Isabella origin story.
Oh, I don't want to know that.
No. I want to show the friends how freaking awesome this video is. Guys, this gentleman, his name is Sir Medieval. This guy's legit.
Oh yeah, he's been putting out some good content.
Legit lore.
Yeah, there it is. There in the lore video.
Yeah, this is a fantastic video, and I love that it says Jeffrey Bezos song at the top of our search on YouTube.
I just looked it up. I was trying to find it.
I know. That's so funny, dude.
So you've been watching this one.
Right.
Look at you. You're about halfway through.
Yeah, this video here I've watched several times, and he does an extremely good job of breaking it down. He did the past story, picked up all of it. I mean, this man is a lore seeker as well.
That's cool.
Our death. I'm going to ask you to catch up. But yes, we did. We do have a Discord for our New World company.
Maybe you should have upgraded your perception instead of your insulting on your D&D card. And maybe if you weren't so witty, maybe. I don't know.
He is quite witty.
Oh, he put some work into this. Look at this.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Yes.
That's the first time I've ever watched it. I'm not going to ever listen because I want to guess all this.
You need to watch it later.
I will later. Oh, I will later after I know.
The animations he does puts it together so you can see the story, and it's very well done. And he drops in the nuggets of lore that was found on, the lore pieces in the game. So it's an excellent video.
It's awesome.
Yeah. And that is, cool. Having put lore videos together ourselves, like I can look at this and go, okay, this guy, I don't know if he went to Fiverr or whatever, maybe he has a friend that does illustrations, but that's insanely good. So go check that video out. And Sir Medieval has some fantastic New World videos.
We should link that video in the description under when we put this up.
Yeah, man. So good.
This video came out, New World. This is a Aeternum trailer, May 11th. You guys seen this one? New World, I'm sure you have. This is a Aeternum trailer. Let's see here. Oh, did you see that
While we're doing
corruption
that,
on
I'm
the
gonna-
games logo, like right at the beginning? That was awesome.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So many good visuals in this game.
Oh yeah. Look at how crafty they are.
Genjar
Psycho,
with
by
the
the way.
sub. Thank you, friend.
Hey, Ginjar, thank you very much. Welcome. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
And the Ancients is something that we have not really dove into. We're going to save that one for a lore lesson for the show. Because that
There it
one
is.
that's going to be
There it
very,
is.
very interesting.
See the
Alright.
tree?
Anyone interested in PvP or death? You need to join the company, my man. That is if you want to be Syndicate. I don't know where your factions lie. Either way, find you one out there. PvP looks insane.
Absolutely.
Who in chat's
Is
gonna
this-
quest with your PvP on? That's what I want to know. That's what I want. Look at that right there. Oh, I missed it. Oh. I
What'd you
love
see?
the whole swashbuckler, like, of the sea vibe. Is that Reekwater? Her right there. I
That's
forget her
Reekwater.
name. She's named. What's her name?
Yeah, she's a boss
Yeah,
in an expedition, I think.
she looks legit. Oh, anytime I see all the barnacles and everything on it, it's like, oh my gosh, it's Davy Jones.
Arr, yar. Yeah, but you have seen the latest Tales of the Tales of Aeternum, right?
Oh, our death. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised you're going Marauders. I know why.
Oh.
But I can be purchased.
Siren
I got 15,
Queen, that's
I
what I
got
think.
15 cents
Siren
on a
Queen,
stamp.
Thank you. Oh, see that tiger? Let's go back. Oh, I missed. I've not seen that NPC anywhere else. Right there. Maybe. No, it's not a bad. It's not.
It's a freaking tiger in the bathroom.
Such a good movie.
He's not kidding. There's a freaking tiger in there.
We be a member. We all be members. 3 of us of the wolf pack.
What is Aeternum?
That's Isabel's voice too, isn't it?
Depends on you.
I don't know. I'm not hearing it. Otherwise,
There
it's
is a
double for me.
cougar in the car. Oh, I love those visuals. So good.
Yeah. So I was specifically talking, Jibbs, about the Lost, the pirates
Yeah, I haven't. Seen, I've watched a lot of that video. I haven't got to the complete. I haven't finished it yet.
You're gonna need to do that.
Can we watch
because
it right here?
Oh yeah. Please
just
do.
watch it right
There's
here.
so much flavor
Lost.
in that one, bro.
All right. Let's take a look. See, we got 4 minutes. It's a 4-minute video. Let's turn this thing up a little bit.
Nothing like fresh mountain air to help
I
clear
love
your
this
mind.
NPC, by the way,
Wouldn't you
too.
agree?
All right.
Come, have a seat.
Yeah, she's an
My name is
antiquarian.
Martina Pagetnova.
Like that's
I'm
right
an
up our alley.
antiquarian studying the artifacts of this strange and
I
mysterious
love that eyepiece she
land.
has.
A person could
Oh,
spend
I
an
know.
entire lifetime
See, the little
here
Easter
and
eggs? Look at this.
never fully understand this island's
That is so
secrets.
bitchin'.
And on Aeternum, a lifetime can be measured in hundreds or even thousands of years, assuming you can keep your soul from withering.
Tales of Aeternum. Good thing Tales of
As you
Tamriel
free
didn't name their
life
show
by
Tales
now,
of
people
Aeternum
do
over
not
here.
simply die in Aeternum. The miraculous azoth that flows through the land has changed so much, including the nature of mortality. But this eternal life comes with a cost. As the ages pass, some bodies and minds waste away, while others suffer deaths so violent
there's
and
Kash.
unimaginable that all that remains is a spirit of pure
Just watch.
rage.
Watch all these
These
pirates.
Are the lost. Not alive, and certainly
It
not
sucked to be
dead.
living an
Their
entire immortal life
existence
with
is a constant
one arm.
misery. They wander the lands of Aeternum, lashing out at anything.
Oh, I
that
love those
crosses their
visuals there.
path,
Look at those
unable
green
to
hues.
communicate
Oh,
their
man.
endless pain any
I died
other
right there.
way.
Did you really?
It is impossible.
I jumped down
not
in there,
to pity
didn't
them.
realize they were higher level
Some
than me,
of them were no
and
different
got
than you or
destroyed
I.
right in that little spot
They
right
had
there.
lives,
Looks
Oh,
like
wow.
kind of like a salt
loved
mine.
ones,
Right.
dreams.
They just kept coming.
Now
I love
they're
this. Look at this
nothing
one.
but
This guy's got a
phantoms
freaking
and
coffin on his
human
back.
corpses. But they must never be underestimated. The Lost are fearsome and implacable foes, and on Aeternum, their numbers are legion.
Like a
When you
Van
arrive on
Helsing,
these shores,
one of these.
you will be met
Oh,
with
absolutely.
the remains of
It also
There's the
brings up.
pirates.
who sailed here years ago.
There is so
There's the
much.
Warhammer.
Came in search
There you
of
go,
treasure
buddy.
to plunder, but all they found was a cursed afterlife. Let their fate serve as a
Take care,
warning
Ardeth.
against
Thanks,
the
man.
perils of
Take care, brother.
unbridled ambition.
See you, brother.
Which,
Thanks for stopping
when
by,
not
man.
met,
Keep
Much
the
love.
boat above water.
turn to
Don't
despair.
put your fingers in the water.
Don't
These
fall in.
pirates are not the only lost on Aeternum. The
Guys, our friend
wicked
Ardeth is a
stalked
shark
ruined farms
researcher.
and villages
Yeah, he's
where
good
they
dude.
once lived
Yeah,
before
he's a good
some tragedy befell them and they lost all hope. And then we have the hunted, who are nothing but specters left behind.
Little
once a
piece of
body
lore
is
right there on the
decayed away.
table. Love it.
And all that is left is endless sorrow.
Almost teaching what to
My
look like.
advice,
Look for,
be
right?
wary
Okay,
when
look for that.
traveling these
Look up,
lands
look
and
Oh
up,
man,
look
those
up.
visuals.
Never let your guard down and keep your weapons close and ready.
Oh,
Be
oh
especially
man, the
vigilant
ship.
in the region of Reekwater.
Wow,
Yes.
made into a
Lost
base.
seem to be
Yes.
concentrated there. The angry earth roams this area as well, which already makes it a perilous location indeed. But additionally, the Siren Queen
Super
and her
intense
crew
looking, man.
have made
You know,
it their home.
It's really cool.
Some
Or it's a
say
really nice
she
treehouse.
searches for something in Reekwater.
You guys finally did
Unsure
something
for her cursed
good for
condition,
once.
perhaps? Might it have something
It's
to do
okay
with
that
the
my
angry
mask
earth
isn't
and
movie
Lazarus?
quality. What movie?
Yeah.
I shudder to think what she
Oh, that would be
or
Step
what
Brothers.
she might do
Thank you.
with such a secret. The lost have also gathered in
No, Sim, this is the
around the Amrine
new
Temple.
intro
Simon
into
Gray
or new
led an
video to their lore
expedition
series
there,
that he's posted.
but I've had no
Yeah, so
word.
every Friday, New World has been
Truly
putting
hope
out
he and his
lore
loyal
videos,
companion
which,
Archimedes are safe.
you know, for people like us, like that is absolute candy every single time they put one out. Because we will take these videos and go frame by frame and really break them down to see if there's Easter eggs in there or see if there's anything that we can dive into and speculate, like everything, the symbols and clothing styles and all that kind of stuff. So we're just devouring this stuff right now. Now, when the game comes out, it's going to be different because I might not be devouring as much because I'll be playing the damn game.
Oh, that's the end of it. That's a good one. I'm gonna go back through that. Get to grab some screens. That's a good one. Man, the visuals. The visuals in this game are funny. I know we talk about it on the show tomorrow too, and I guess that's, you know, the tease for tomorrow's shows. The visuals are just, gosh, next gen.
Yeah. That was actually something that I was gonna, you know, put on for maybe topics that we could talk about when we do weekend streams like this. Is just the sounds and just like play that video,
Yeah.
Jibbs, when we were talking about all the sounds that you missed
Oh,
in New World.
yeah. Let me pull this up. Hey, Godlike, what's up? Welcome to stream, friend.
Hey, welcome. Thank you.
Sound
Thanks
you
for hanging with us.
are missing, I think.
Yeah.
There it is.
Sound
The audio
missing
you are
you.
missing. This is a 13-minute video. So if you guys have not seen this, it explains exactly why sound is in this game is so important.
We spend so
Yeah, we
much
won't
of our
listen to the
time
whole thing,
focusing and
little
listening
bits.
to the things that stick out that we may miss details that pass us by. Details that help to paint a
Gosh,
picture of the world.
how great is it
around
that we
us
get to-
in such a way that enhances
We're gonna
the
get to
entire
play a game that's
experience.
just wide open
Even
like
if we,
this.
the player, are completely unaware of how these
Systems
details are
allow for that.
influencing us.
All that gathering right
First
there in
time
that
I
one
walked
scene
out of
alone.
The town at Windsward,
Yeah.
I had a moment I didn't.
I mean,
fully
if just
realize.
look at the way the trees sway,
Yeah.
like it, and I'm sure if you guys are watching streams and if you guys are watching YouTube videos and stuff, like this is a big part of what everybody is talking about is the visuals in this game. And yes, we're fully aware that that cannot carry your MMO. Like that can't be it. But I'll be damned if that doesn't do a metric crap ton for your immersion level when you're playing this game.
There's
Oh,
way
I'm
for me
sorry.
to know
It just
what the
does.
integral part of the
Absolutely.
experience This would become for me for the next 70 hours or so.
Yeah, when you can take
Could never really nail down
the world that's around you,
a strong sense of place.
regardless of the story, regardless of the content,
I found myself
regardless of, you know, what the end game is going to end up being in a year, of all that stuff. But while you're playing this game, look at that guy's he's just running around and a freaking turkey goes right behind him. It's like, are
Right.
you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
The world feels alive
Yeah.
in this game. There's true
Yeah.
danger in this game, and not just by people, but Jibbs, can you tell the story about the wolf?
Oh, yeah. So, I was playing the closed beta. Shout out to Aeternum Cast for the key for that. Appreciate that. Solus, and was in there doing my thing, and Wolf shows up. I was actually, here's what happened. I was climbing a hill, and I couldn't see. I could hear there was wolves around, and I couldn't see them, which drove me nuts because it was in high grass, and high grass in this game, you know, it's crazy, especially if you're like, you know, you're getting involved in PvP, etc. So anyway, I knew there was a wolf. Finally found the dude, and by the way, he pretty much pounced right up on me. Anyway, so I was hurting, and it was night, and as I was coming back, I kind of wrapped around, you know, as we're watching the video here, like I wrapped around the path, and I'm like, it's like clockwork. I'm sitting there, and I see my camp, which I had set up earlier, and I'm like, oh, I wish I had something to eat. Literally, as I have that thought, gobble, 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 gobble. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right, cool, we're going hunting. So I crouch walk, and at this point, I'm literally taking a few steps and stopping, just scanning the area, because the grass is so high and the woods were so thick. I needed to see movement to find this dude. And again, gobble, 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 gobble. Couldn't find him. Finally found him, took care of it, and was able to heal myself. But it was just the idea of having that experience. It felt like I was in Red Dead Redemption 2. That's the last time I ever had those kind of thoughts, and I haven't felt that in a very long time. It was really, really cool.
Could you go over what the turkey sounded like just one more time?
Screw you, Kash, screw you, Kash, screw you, Kash.
And I'm not saying the music is to blame.
Sorry, not sorry.
It's all right.
I think the point of the music is
Yeah, so okay, so one of the I'm just watching this video here. Look at they're just chilling.
Yeah, that was cool.
They're just chilling. And the visual of the water. Now, there's one thing in regards to water that I truly hope is fixed by the time.
That's what you don't like having lead feet.
Yeah, because it almost looks like you're one of those old school like underwater welders in that big old giant suit with the huge. Oh, you go walking into the water and you're walking along the bottom of the ocean or the bottom of whatever body of water you're in, pretty much until you drown.
That should be his shirt.
Oh, that was pretty funny. So I'm sure that's going to be fixed. Like that's a big hope of mine that's fixed by launch. But the visuals of the water and the fishing, I cannot wait to get my hands on the fishing. And
yes,
I'm
so
calling it right now, company fishing night. Like that absolutely has to happen. Yeah. Fishing tournaments. Like,
yeah. Dude, yeah, that to me, like I saw the fishing, I thought that is how you do fishing in an MMO.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. It's so interactive. It's more than some of the things we've seen in the past, and it adds that another level of depth to something so simple as fishing.
I'm not gonna lie, the fishing and the hunting that can be done in this game is top notch.
Oh yeah,
it's excellent.
Yeah, for sure. Gosh, I love the visuals. Just watching this dude run around. The lighting in this game is solid. Oh, he's clearly walking up on something.
Bruce, what was that story that you guys had, that you and Jibbs talked about when you were first brand new in the game, and you guys were trying to meet up with each other?
We decided, so when you spawned in, you spawn in different spots. So he told me where he was, and we joined group, and he was literally about 9 million miles away from me. I mean, it was ridiculous. But being the true friends we are, we wanted to do it together. So we start our way across, and we died about 400 times. We finally got up to each other and decided we wanted to do something cool. So we're running along. We see this level 30 guy, he's fighting something. We're like, hey, let's jump in here and give this guy a hand. JB did. And somehow he pulled aggro, and away we went. He one-shot him, disappeared, went right back to the spawn point where he was supposed to be. I got killed, went back to the spawn point, and we decided we weren't going to play the game today together.
It was so funny because the guy that aggroed him initially was level 25, I think. You know,
Yeah, he was up there.
and I'm like, how did we gain aggro? We're like level 1, level 2. Either way, though, it happened.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And I think another thing too that was great was during my initial jump into the beta.
Yeah.
One of the things that caught me, and we've talked about sounds in chat, and it's just the standard of MMO sound now. I mean, they have set the bar. If that's
Dude.
the only thing they're ever known for, they will be known for that forever, for sure. But we all know they're gonna be known for more. But you get what I'm saying. They've set a bar in sound.
Yeah.
Because I'm standing in the woods, I hear a musket go off. I hear the round crack past me. I hear it hit the tree behind me. And I'm like, is that real? So I finally found a musket and I'm shooting trees and I can't figure it. So I ended up telling JB, I'm like, JB, grab this musket. He shoots the tree. I'm like, that was legit. They have gone so far in depth to follow the round through to hit a tree to roll down the tree. That is ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
So if the level of sound, if their detail and sound tells you anything, if the details of the videos and the way the lore is starting to play out tells you anything, it tells you that this game is very well made with the thought into depth, right? This game has depth. It has sound depth, visual depth, and story depth. If they can get the patience, because they're not going to start off at level of WoW, right? WoW's had 20 years, right? So they're not going to, but if this company is respected enough and they continue to do the content and they're allowed to, they will grow into what I think is going to be one of the best MMOs to have ever been made in our lifetimes.
I second that. It has the foundation, you know, and we talk about that. That's like the identifying factor, and we talk again about this tomorrow on the show. Like it's you mentioned WoW, right? To anyone who compares a brand new launch of an MMO to something that's been around for 20 years, ESO 6 years, Final Fantasy, was it 2 years now? 2-3 years, plus all the other games, Arc Age of Black Desert. It's unfair and it's unrealistic because day one, and even Scott Lane, game director, talked about it at Gamescom. Day one starts when launch happens. They are building it from there. And so you don't look at how does it relate to current games. You look at, does this game have the solid foundation to build upon? Is this a solid foundation that's worth investing in, that's worth being a part of? Because you know you're going to go through the long haul of it. You're going to go through all the development with them alongside the community. Everyone's there. And so you look at it and you think, does this have all the pieces? And this one does. Who was that? Skit, thank you for the follow, friend.
Thank you very much. And there's a comment in chat that Merrick said, best sound for me was hearing sniper shots. Turns out it was a guy on a hill opposite me cracking an iron node. And those are the little moments. And then Solus at Aeternum Cast says, imagine the sounds and sights while fishing. This may be the first game that I care to fish in. Yeah. And that makes so much sense to me as just one aspect of Amazon's game. And he follows it up with this, and this made me smile.
Hey Dubs, good
especially coming from Solus. Hey Dubs, how are you, bud? So Aeternum Cast, which is our buddy Solus, says Amazon is not a company to come in second. They'll kill themselves before they are not first. And dude, I said it at the outset of this thing. How can a company, you could think whatever you want about Amazon. Like, I don't care. I'm a fan of Amazon because when I order something, it shows up at my house no less than 2 days later. I'm like, I'm sorry. And
you've enabled Prime
it's in
shipping.
a nice box. It's always in good condition. I always see them on my Ring camera, and they ring your doorbell and they place it in a nice spot. They don't huck it. I'm sorry, but UPS hucks it. So I've seen it. It's a quality in a company, and it's a quality in the people that they hire, and it's a sense of pride in their product. And to see that, it makes me very, very happy to know now that they have a game studio and they're putting content out. Let's give them a chance before condemning them. And that is how gamers can be. Gamers can be gnarly at times when it comes to the finished product. And just like Jibbs said, it's insanely unfair to judge a game based upon other MMOs that have been out for 5, 6, 7, 10 years when this is a launch title. And what we've seen at its foundation, at its basis as a launch title, is really polished, and
Ooh.
it goes nowhere but up from here.
Aeternum cast.
So-
I did not know that sound director is the same sound director from Game of Thrones and Westworld.
Yes, that's
Spin made a comment earlier. How's the directional of the sound? Spin, I want to tell you, I could tell where the gun was coming from, where the shot was coming from, and where the round hit, and you can literally hear it in your ears. Like I could tell that the gun was shot over here to my right front, and I could hear it behind me on my left rear. That's how good that was. It was really good. Taking the aim down sights aspect and giving that, you know what I'm saying? You pull the bow, you pull the musket up, it gives you that over the shoulder kind of Wildlands look. Right? Right. I got these guys playing Wildlands to get their first person shooter speed up, and we're playing on some ridiculous levels, extreme levels with no UI. And I did that because I wanted to get back on this, you know, get back to the shooters because we had stepped off those for a little bit.
Yep.
yeah.
Sure
So,
did.
I
While we're
do wanna-
talking, we're watching a video. It's an ambush attack of
Oh, yes.
ice gauntlets. It's all ice gauntlets, and then they.
I
watch-
love this
so
video.
keep talking, and while they're watching, this is what's just to give clarity.
Yeah, it's a long haul up to where they actually do the ambush, but to hear these guys' commentary, if you guys haven't seen this video, their commentary is effing hilarious
Who was this?
until right up until the time. So in New World, you can
Epic
go
Matrix.
prone, which you're seeing right now. And
Which is
being able to go
awesome.
prone gives you the ability to pretty much be stealth. But what it does is it takes your name tag away, so they can't identify you in that way. So this is a cool video to watch. But there's something that Sulla said earlier that I want to mention, and it goes right along with what Champ was saying about the aiming. The aiming down sights in this game, they brought in the creative director from Call of Duty to do that.
Yeah,
It
dude.
does show in the
It
game.
feels so good. It
Yes,
feels
it
so
brings-
good.
It brings it over when you aim down a musket or when you aim down a bow, it brings the sights into an over the shoulder look and a reticle. So you can effectively aim. Headshots count. It's
Yeah.
I mean there's even passives that you can get in the game in the dexterity line that add 20% to your headshot damage once you get there.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. See
It's incredible.
if I can get these guys. But
It's almost toward the end of the video, bro.
okay. I'm gonna speed up just a little bit. Yeah, oh, wow, you're not kidding. Okay, here we go. They're getting ready to come in here. Oh, everyone's like, get out, get out, get out. What happens? Oh, there they are. All right, so they're taking the point. I love the fact you can go pro to this game. That's so. Oh,
Yep,
here they
there's-
go. Watch them.
The one guy standing up, get down! Here it comes. Oh, this is so rad. Hold! Oh, that's a bad day. Look at all the ice going down. Ice gauntlets, I'm telling you.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of ice gauntlets, I think I'm gonna run the crowd crusher on the Warhammer, and
Yeah.
then I think I'm gonna run the builder on ice gauntlets, so I can set the battlefield. I can put a wall up, I can put ice down. You have to run through it, or you have to run around it. The Warhammer has the ability to CC and stun, so it's just gonna be a constant level of CC. Where I'm not gonna be going out there for the heavy hits. I'm gonna be trying to set people up for lock them down and just hold them there.
I love it. Again, I'll be
That's really cool.
I'll be right up top on the second deck, freaking lobbing headshots. I'll definitely be doing that.
Cash, you going bow or musket?
I'm going bow.
Bow?
100% bow for sure. I'm just not sure if I'm going to go full dex or if I'm going to go like Jibbs and I talked about. Jibbs like, dude, you should really run the ice gauntlets for CC. I need to run something for CC in addition to the bow, because things like rapier and spear, they're going to close the distance on me really, really quickly. So I'm really closely looking at ice gauntlets right now, but also looking at some other dexterity based weapons that have some CC ability.
Oh, that was the end of it. Well, I've got about
Yeah.
10 minutes before we got to wrap the stream up. But for those of you who've been wanting to practice working with your builds, I highly recommend you check out this site. Let me see if I can just go to their page so they can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. Worldforge.gg. These guys, it's great because it has the in-game UI. So this right here, everything's in-game from in-game. And then you can click on, like, I'm going to do musket. So if I want to sit here while I'm at a lunch break or something, I can sit here and play with what I'm going to do. So if I want to use the sharpshooter line, then I can start adding things. Piecing it all together. It's really, really cool. And honestly, it's a fun way to pass the time as we wait for New World.
Oh yeah, you could set a bunch of builds up already and just have them all set up. Like, this is my plan for launch. This is what I'm going to try this, or even your plan for open beta. I want to try all these builds out.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of things I want to try out for open beta this time around.
And Merrick says, yeah, graphically ADS looked good. Connor said it felt good.
Yeah, the ADS for the bow, he said was a bit off to the right though, and I read somewhere where somebody said that they were having a graphical glitch with that, but I believe they were talking about fixing that during this patch cycle.
You know, I'm glad you said that. At newworld.com, I think there's patch notes out for the open beta. Patch notes will be available. Okay, so they're not yet. All right, so they'll be there on official forums. All right.
See, that will be very interesting to see what was patched.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be some pretty extent, because they've had what, it's been a month, right?
Close, yeah.
Been close to a month, so they've had a lot of time to work on stuff and patch it up.
I hope for the fish swimming line that they say lead feet removed. You can now swim.
Yeah. Restitution is World Forge. Welcome to the chat, by the way. Is World Forge based on what we last saw with the closed beta? That's a good question.
I'm not sure. Let's go back there and take a look. See. I don't know. Maybe it's on the main page. I'm assuming they tell you. No, it doesn't. I would say it's based off of the last build we played, so closed beta.
Yeah. God, I didn't even think of that. Like, they're gonna have to update that with all the patch notes coming up.
Another thing I like about this.
There'll be changes.
Another thing I like about this site is if you click on item affixes at the top, it'll help you based off of what you're going to focus on. What kind of gear to look for. So, like, if your primary is, mine's going to be dexterity, I'm just going to pick intelligence and dexterity. Then it tells me I need to be looking for gear of the trickster for those attribute bonuses.
Oh, that's very nice. So the gear is basically put into like groupings.
Yeah.
Thank you for the follow,
Druid, Nomad.
Oh yeah, Maris.
Awesome.
Thank you for the follow, friend. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
All right, well, let's find someone to raid here before we wrap it up for the day. Don't leave yet.
Outstanding.
We gotta share the love, yo. Oh, there's that.
Let's go find someone.
All right, let's see who we got here. Twitch.tv. Boop, 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 boop.
There's Iron
Fizby,
Addiction.
thank you for the follow, friend. Oh,
Iron Addiction, super cool dude. He was still up. Can go right there.
Who?
Iron Addiction.
Does it spell like it sounds?
It is. All one word. Let's go
Iron
give him
Addiction.
some Loreseeker love
Okay.
over there.
All right, cool.
Restitution, I agree with you. Having the ability to know what weaknesses and resistance the monsters have and being able to get your pregame in, as far as when you come up on the animal, learning what to use on them is very important, because I heard people complain they couldn't kill certain things. Knowing their weaknesses and knowing what to use against them is probably the good thing. I enjoy that as well.
Yeah, for sure. Well, friends, thank you so much for hanging out. It was on the surprise stream. We're gonna probably do more of these. We'd like to do them, especially on the weekend. And then the show recording, or excuse me, new episode comes out tomorrow morning, early morning, Monday morning. So you can hear the second episode of Loreseekers, and then we'll be doing our actual live show later in the week. So appreciate y'all. Everyone queued up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Have a good weekend, everybody.
All right, friends. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for coming out. Appreciate y'all.